It is a morning in America here along the Chapman Highway. It is about 25 degrees outside. And this is like an office kind of thing they got going on here at this Dunkin' Donut down from Tennessee University. Um, if you don't want to be bothered with, you know, homeless guys following your tribe around and following your friends around when you go out in the morning for breakfast. You could bring them all in here and, sit around the table and, uh, you know, be unmolested by any homeless 61-year-old man looking for salvation for you and yours. But you see that it's coming from a vent right above there. See? I'm still recovering from the vent that I slept under at the shelter the other night. I still have a head cold, and my hearing is very, very limited because I got one big snot in my head due to that vent, and I can't somehow recover from that night in the shelter. I don't know why. But yeah, it's not only Dunkin' Donut. All the way down Chapman, if the dining room is open and is available for seating to a restaurant here along Chapman Highway. They are venting everywhere. I mean, you cannot eat, you know, inside any of these places without a parka and a hoodie and such because the boys have got the vents going in all the food places here. Across the street is an Arby's, and they got their vents blowing, and Shoney's is venting also here. It's about the only other dining areas I know here. Um, I don't know. I haven't. Oh, never mind. But yeah, so now, even if you just want to come in and grab a cup of coffee or a meal here, um, you shouldn't. Just stay home. You know, stay home. Leave the car in the garage. No longer do you need a car, but there's no need to eat out at all because you're gonna catch a death of a cold. So, um, anyways, I have a long history with vents, I should say. Um, Much of my situation that I'm in today is due to vents, I think. Um, and vents and venting. Um, Before I was evicted from my apartment, my last place of residency in downtown Phoenix, Arizona, I was evicted because, I wouldn't leave. You know, they put me in an apartment that was like just full on persecution. Um, it was one of those apartments like it was just, you know, 9 to 5, around the clock persecution. And so after 2 years, when I wouldn't leave the apartment, and I wouldn't leave the apartment because I couldn't find another place to live. It's not like I like abuse, but I'm not going to make myself homeless just because they don't want me in their apartments. My reasoning was always, why put me in that position? Why put me in an apartment where, just tell me no, there's no places available. There's no rooms available here. Instead, they put me in this persecution, prison there, and I left my last apartment, to move in there. Um, but anyways, it was just 2 years, and finally they got tired and got me out of there. Anyways, I couldn't figure out how I was being persecuted in that apartment for longest time. Um, all I know is that I could not like walk out of the living room and say go to the bathroom, and then go back to the living room um, without noticing that on the floor, on the carpeted floor, there'd be like a layer of like white ash kind of thing, like white, like ash, it looked like. Um, and every time, um, I would, every 15 minutes in that apartment, I would have to vacuum the carpet so I could breathe, because this white sort of layer of ash, or that's the only way I could describe it, would coat the carpet floor, and it made breathing in there impossible because you were inhaling this this white ash from the carpet. And for the longest time, I didn't know where it was coming from. Like, I recognized it on the floor, but I didn't know where it was coming from. You know, my paranoia, I really figured there was somebody outside the door of my place, and just, when I would go to the bathroom, or go to bed at night, they would come in and dust the carpet. you know and I thought, my God, I never hear them, I can't see them, but they are quick, you know? And they must get tired because they're doing it like every 15 minutes. I can't, leave this room without, them barging in, not barging in, just, coming in and dusting the carpet, you know? It took a while, and, needless to say, I mean, that was my existence. That was my life. That was how I lived for 2 years, unable to find another place to live, as I would just sit and listen to music, or watch television, or, you know, play DVDs or something like that. But every 15 minutes, I would have to get up and vacuum the entire room so I could breathe in the room. It took me a long while to figure out where this dusting was coming from, but I finally figured it out. Um, yeah, it was coming from the vents above. And so, and of course, once I figured that out, you know, um, trying shutting off the air in a downtown Phoenix apartment in August. Not really too wise, despite that I wasn't paying utilities. But yeah, I mean, I tried literally, I mean, I was getting that desperate. I would try to shut the flow off from the vent, but it couldn't be done. I mean, I could shut the coolant down, I could shut the air conditioning down, but they're maintained in the vent a steady flow of just air. And there was no stopping it. So it is downtown Knoxville, and I am at the Dunkin' Donuts here on Chapman Highway. Early in the morning as the sun rises here on this January day. Um, it's going to be another cold one. High of about 40 today. So bring your windbreakers.